Okay, let me break this down. So, Nvidia just secured $500 billion from Wall Street giants like BlackRock and Goldman Sachs to build AI infrastructure. At first glance, that number sounds absurd, right? But here's what immediately catches my attention: this isn't just about funding AI development. This is about Wall Street formally declaring AI infrastructure, like data centers and chip factories, as a new asset class. That's a seismic shift. Let me explain why this matters way beyond tech bros geeking out over GPUs. First, let's unpack the players here. Nvidia, the company that started as a GPU maker for gamers, is now the backbone of every major AI company on Earth. Google, Meta, Tesla, even SpaceX, they're all reliant on their chips. But what's fascinating isn't just their dominance. It's that investors are now treating AI compute power like a utility, like electricity grids or highways. That's what they mean by asset class. And that changes everything. Personally, I think the biggest misconception here is that people see this as a tech investment. No. This is Wall Street betting that AI infrastructure will generate predictable, long-term returns like real estate or energy. Think about that. Compute power, the physical hardware driving AI, is now seen as a stable investment, not a risky tech bet. That's why BlackRock and KKR are all in. They're not speculating, they're building portfolios around the idea that AI won't just transform tech, it'll reshape global economics. Now, let's talk about the ripple effects. The article mentions new data centers and factories. But here's a detail most people miss: building these facilities takes years. And by the time they're online, the chip tech might already be outdated. That's the paradox of AI infrastructure. Demand is exploding, but supply chains can't just snap their fingers. Companies like Anthropic are already scrambling because their chatbot, Claude, got too popular. So, this $500 billion isn't just about building, it's about racing against time to keep up with AI's hunger for compute. What's the endgame here? Well, Nvidia's CEO calls these projects AI factories. Which sounds cool, but let's get real. This could create a monopoly where only a handful of corporations control both the hardware and the infrastructure powering AI. That's not just a tech problem, it's a societal one. Who audits these systems? Who benefits? And if compute is revenue, as Huang says, does that mean access to AI will become a privilege, not a right? These are the questions we need to be asking. So, what's my takeaway? This isn't just about Nvidia's stock price or Wall Street's latest cash grab. This is about how we're laying the groundwork for an AI-driven future. And if we're not careful, we're not just building smarter machines, we're building a world where power is concentrated in fewer hands. What do you think? Is this the future we want? Let me know in the comments.